Good afternoon, everybody. How are you doing today? Hope that you are strong and doing great wherever you are in the world. And welcome to my today's program. Today I've got an incredible part of teaching. Today I'm gonna be talking about something incredible and very fascinating that can help you to be a better communicator. Everybody who's studying a new language or who goes to study a new language, the first objective is to become good at communicating. That's the main objective of studying a new language. I've been just getting a lot of messages and phone calls. Some people they tell me that I've been studying for a long time, but my speaking and understanding seem to be not improving. What should I do? What do you suggest? Yeah, that is somehow frustrating a bit because when you go to study language and you don't see an improvement, it is sometimes it discourages you, right? You lose the hope and the courage and the confidence because what we're expecting is not what we're getting. That's really. But what you gotta know that being good at a language or becoming good at speaking a new language, it requires a lot of patience. You gotta be patient in everything that you are studying. You gotta put a lot of effort in what you are studying. That's what you gotta do. It requires a lot of dedication so that you can become good at that language. What you gotta know is that learning a new language is not about talent. It's not about talent. It is about regular practice day by day. You gotta practice the language every day. You can take like 30 minutes or 1 hour. Yes, that it depends on your availability. If you got a time, you can just practice it with somebody whom we know that if the person just is an advanced speaker, he knows the language, you better approach the person and try to interact with him so that your speaking skills can improve. So learning a new language it is about having a lot of patience. You gotta be patient in everything that you do. You have to wait and see. You cannot expect an instant feedback if you're not putting a lot of effort in what you are studying. It is about believing in yourself. You gotta trust yourself that one day you'll become a better speaker, right? Don't compare somebody's improvement to your improvement, right? Everybody has got different ways of learning. There are those who learn fast and there are those who learn slowly. So what you gotta do, you have to be patient, right? And you have to practice a lot as much as possible. Learning a new language is about a relentless practice. What I mean by relentless practice, a relentless practice is a person who is determined to do some things and refuses to give up even though what they are doing is unpleasant and tedious. That person is determined, right? You have to be constant in what you are studying, right? No matter the challenges that you face in your language learning process, you gotta work, you gotta just concentrate on what you are studying. That's what you gotta do so that you can become good at the language. It is about intense practice. Learning a new language, it is about intense practice. And intense practice is a situation in which somebody is putting a lot of effort to become proficient at something. Because nothing comes easier in this world. but you gotta work for it. Requires the time, lot of dedication, lot of commitment, so that you may become good at something. Because you want it, you have to prioritize. If you want something, you create a time for it. People create a time for their priorities because you want it. That is why you gotta create a time for it. And what you gotta know is that nobody is born being good at all things. Nobody is born being good at all things. You become good at things through hard work and a lot of practice. You have to practice a lot. You have to work a lot. If you want your English speaking to come very fast, you gotta put a lot of effort. You have to practice a lot. Find somebody whom you can interact with because you want the language. You don't need to have a native speaker around you to be able to speak, but you can do it by yourself. Go into your bedroom and try to practice the language. And you can, well, the more you do that, the more you build up your confidence. And you will see a dramatic change in your speaking. That is what you gotta do to become good at a language. Great. And everything you learn needs it to be implemented in a conversation with other people. When you learn something like a new vocabulary, what you gotta do with that vocabulary so as not to forget it is to use that vocabulary in a sentence. Our mind forgets if we don't use something regularly. That is why you have to make a constant practice so as not to forget what you are studying. One of the quickest ways to improve English speaking fluency is to practice speaking as much as possible, because speaking is the difficult language skill to implement and succeeding, and it is the most frustrating part of learning a new language. That is why speaking needs constant and consistent practice speaking every single day. Without it, you never go any further with speaking. Speaking needs a lot of practice, right? Speaking is the most important language skill because it is one of the abilities that is needed to perform a conversation. You need to be good at speaking, right? Because when you are good at speaking, you are able to express your ideas and the feelings properly without getting stuck, without running out of words. It also depends on the kind of teacher that you have. What kind of teacher do you have? Does he have a lot of experience? Does he have techniques and strategies to help students to improve the language? Right? I've got a question here. What you gotta know that about the language is this. So, who should talk more in the class and why? Who should speak more? Who should talk more in the class? Is it the teacher or the student? That is where, when you got a good teacher who has experience, who has the techniques and the strategy to help students to get out of shyness, this is what the teachers should do. Students should speak for 70% of the lessons taught. But because you as a teacher, right, you already know the language, you should not talk much. You should give more time to students so that they must develop their speaking skills and the confidence. Great. The teacher should have only 30% to speak for the lesson taught. Students, 70%. The more the student talk, the more they learn, the more they improve, and the more they build up their confidence. You know how to build a confidence? Confidence comes through practice. That is how you build your confidence. The more you have to talk with somebody, that is how you build your confidence. If you're not speaking, do not expect to be confident speaker. Right? When you speak, it gives you the opportunity to recognize your mistakes and correct them. You gotta do a lot of practice. You gotta repeat what you are studying as much as possible. Repetition helps you to develop the habit of speaking. That is where it's better to choose the teacher, somebody who has got experience, somebody who knows what to do, so that it may help you to be a better communicator. I'm just trying to urge everybody, wherever you are in the city of Kigali, if you got a problem of speaking, come to Speaking Center. I will help you how to improve your speaking skills and to become a better communicator without running out of words or without getting stuck. Great? But you gotta know that fluency comes with the speaking practice. That is how you build your fluency. It's a matter of practice. There is no shortcut about learning a new language apart from speaking. When you already got the basic, that will help you to construct basic sentences. The more you do that, the more you get a confidence. The more you'll be able to express your feelings, your ideas, and emotions without getting stuck, without getting stumped, because you've been doing it for quite a long time. Long as it's a matter of practice. And you gotta know that learning happens when people want to learn. You gotta have passion, the interest that I want in a language. That is where you have to put a lot of effort. The time that I spend in language, or the time that you spend in an English language, that depends on the outcome. If you spend a lot of times in a language, you gotta improve. English is the most useful language for getting hired. If you wanna be hired, you gotta practice the language. You have to be good at improve your speaking skills, especially advanced, not intermediate, not beginner's level. So I'm saying that you gotta have an advanced level so that you can get a better job. You can pass an interview. You can go to any office, to any organization, international organizations, right? Because you know yourself, you are confident. They can give you an interview. You pass an interview. You express your ideas without running out of words. You got a flow of vocabulary coming out of your mouth. Grammatical sentences are coming. You're not thinking what to say. So that is what you gotta do. You gotta know where you can go and try to improve your speaking skills and become a better communicator. That is what I'm here for. I'm here to help everybody who has got a problem of speaking. No matter of the age, no matter where you came from, no matter how many times you have tried and failed, but I've got a techniques and a strategy that can help you to become a better communicator. I will show you, or I will teach you how to become a language learning master, how to master the language. What should you do so that you may become better at something and never forget it anymore? That is what I'm here for. That's why I'm releasing this talk, to help you, to motivate you, encourage you, to aid you, to rise your elation so that you may get up and come and improve your speaking skills. We are ready to help you. I wish that this is what I've been doing for quite a long time, over 20 years, doing these activities of teaching. Teaching is my career. I like teaching, helping people to improve their speaking skills. That's what I'm here for. I've been called to teach, to help people to be better communicator. Don't worry about mistakes. Mistakes happen to everybody. There's nobody who does not make mistakes. I don't know any single person who does not make mistakes, including native English speakers. They also make mistakes as well. That is why you should not underestimate your level of speaking. No matter how it is, just use it. It's better than nothing. What you gotta know, English language belongs to you as it belongs to other people who were born into it. Thank you so much. May God bless you and have a great time. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. God bless you.